All right, musicians of the world, I'm Adam Levin from Chuck Levin's Washington Music Center, and I'm here with the keyboard king himself, Ed Diaz from Roland, and we are here to introduce you to the latest in Roland's workstation lineup, the next in the family of Phantom legendary workstations. We now have the baby brother to the Phantom series. The FANTOM-0 Series is out today. Ed, what do we got here? What's going on?
Hey, thanks, Adam. Well, what we have going on is we have the new FANTOM-0 from Roland. And this is a great little workstation that packs quite a punch. You know, it's the little brother of the Phantom, of the big Phantom that you guys sell. But it's the little brother in the sense, you know, that little brother that can actually give you a black eye. You know, that little brother that you're like, don't mess with him either. That's what this is here. So let's take a look at the top of the keyboard right away. Here it is. Ta-da! So right away we have it available. You're going to notice right away we're going to have a color touchscreen on top. We're going to have 8 faders on here, and keep in mind at this price range, you normally don't get 8 faders. So that's something that's super huge right there. Huge. You also get a touchpad over here, different pads where you can go ahead and have a lot of different functionality right out of there, right out of the gate.
Love it. Yeah. What are the key differences between FANTOM-0 and the big Phantom? What do we got here?
Well, some of the big differences are going to be in the build quality. The big Phantom has a more robust build, you know, because it's meant to go on world tours and all that kind of stuff. The FANTOM-0 is a little bit lesser of a build quality, still feels great, but also you're going to notice a difference in the keys. The big Phantom has our premium keys, and this one has a little bit lesser keys, but they still feel incredible.
But I imagine also that saves on some of the weight too. I mean, this is going to be more of a portable gigging kind of board that you can take out and not have this big hulking monster workstation in front of you.
Absolutely. So if we take a look, we have the 61 that's going to be 13 pounds. The 76 is what I have right here, which is going to be 19.8 pounds. And the 88 is going to weigh 32 pounds. So that's going to save your back big time.
Nothing. Yeah. We all thank you. Roland, thank you for thinking of all of us in creating this.
Absolutely.
So what about the similarities? What does FANTOM-0 have that is the same as Papa Bear Phantom?
Actually, quite a bit. So we have the same sound engine, the Zen Core sound engine. And then also we have Supernatural piano and other Supernatural instruments within here. And another great thing, if you have a Phantom, the big Phantom and the FANTOM-0, the sounds, as long as the same sounds are loaded up in each, they can share the same scenes, the same sounds, back and forth. So this is perfect for your customers that are maybe playing at church and they want to have a big Phantom for the big hall, and then maybe for some of the other small halls and other choirs, they can have the baby Phantoms and still share all of the data as well.
Love it. Well, take us through it. Yeah, take us through some of the sounds. Let's hear what this thing's got going on.
Absolutely, my pleasure. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at some of the pianos in here. Now, this FANTOM-0 does not have the V piano engine. That's what's reserved for the big Phantom, but it does have the Supernatural pianos in here. So right out of the box, some really good sounds in there. And let me tell you this, being the baby Phantom, right out of the box, it has over 6,000 sounds. 6,000. You know,
it'll knock you out.
And
this is that little brother.
It is that little brother, you know, and so that's something when
not so little brother, I guess.
Yeah, not so. Yeah, like I said, it's that one that's like, wait a minute, I'm the big brother. No, but so 6,000 sounds out of the box, and you can also expand your sound engines with Roland Cloud and multi-sampling, because this one also has a sampler inside that you can do stuff with. Let me go ahead and show you one of the other killer sound engines that's in here, and that's the Virtual Tone Wheel sound engine, the organ for all my organ people out there.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a listen to this Tone Wheel sound engine. Great thing about this, I can press this button, and now I actually can use these sliders as drawbars right in here. So let's take a listen now.
Amazing. Love it.
So really killer sound right out of the box, a virtual tonewall organ, and we can go in there and we can adjust the sound of our rotary speaker. We can adjust the key click on and off, even the noise. So this will allow your customers at Chuck Levin's to really go in there and fine tune that virtual tonewall organ to whatever they need it to be.
Huge. That's huge.
So let's take a look at the other sound engine that both of the Phantoms do share, and that is the Zencore sound engine. One of my favorite sounds right out of the box is the string sound in here. We've been having a great time with this one as well.
And so you mentioned Zencore, that they share the Zencore. So that means, just to be clear, that Phantom and fantom-o, when it gets down to the guts of it, they're producing the same sounds for those sounds that they share together.
That is absolutely correct. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and create a sound in fantom-o with the Zencore sound engine and export it out of here through a USB thumb drive and put it into my big Phantom. It also means I can do the same thing in my big Phantom, and as long as they share the same sounds, the same users and different things, I can import that one into my fantom-o right here too.
That's huge. And also, if someone wants to start with fantom-o now, if Phantom was out of their price range to begin with, fantom-o is a massive price point to jump, or a very affordable price point to jump into, given the caliber of what your guys are delivering with fantom-o.
Oh, 100%. So, like you said, maybe the big Phantom is out of your price range. I just can't do it. Well, I kind of consider the fantom-o to be kind of like your working man's Phantom. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the one that you guys at Chuck Levin's can help them get into, and they can start with the 61, 76, or an 88. They're all exactly the same, but they're going to be lighter in weight and lighter in price. So that's going to be wonderful.
Yeah. Phantom has always been the pinnacle. You know, it's always been about getting that Phantom. That's always been the top, what you strive for when you're looking to be in the workstation space. And so to be able to have that caliber of workstation available is in this series is amazing. It's ridiculous.
Yes, and another great thing we can do, Adam, this is a workstation, so that means we can actually go ahead and create music inside of here. Let me give you a little sneak peek at this. I'll go ahead and pick one of the songs that's in here. All right, and let's go ahead and hit up so you can see the pattern. I have all of these patterns I can create. A lot of production is done this way using MIDI clips, so we can go ahead and create that too. So let's go ahead and listen to this demo, and I'm going to actually use the pads to switch the different sections of the song. So this is something great that you can do live if you wanted to. So I'll go ahead and press play. Now, if we're ready to go to the next section of the song, Adam, in like a live gig, since I have it in group play, I can just use the pads and switch to a whole different section of my song. So check this out. It's gonna switch right at the top for me and go to the next group. So that's a feature that you can use inside the sequencer, where we can go ahead and use this in a live gig. So you can go ahead and sequence, put it in a group, and have it going. That's something that's pretty amazing as well.
Love it. And you also mentioned that you know, given all these controls, that this can also not just be used live, but this can be used in the studio.
Exactly. That's perfect segue, Adam. Thank you. So yeah. So here's another thing, everybody. Okay, for many years when we're working with keyboard workstations, we would come up with this awesome beat, awesome song, and then Adam would say, "Ed, let's put it in the studio. Let's put it in the DAW." And I'm just like, oh, okay. So that's not the case with the Phantom. If we would like, we can go ahead and use this directly into Ableton Live, into Logic. We have something called DAW control, which gives us live controls of those softwares right in here. Now, I mentioned Logic and Live, but what about PreSonus and Fruity Loops and all that other things? Yes, the Phantom will work as an audio MIDI interface for any DAW. Let me say that again. Say that again, Adam, so no one can... It will work with any DAW. So if you're using Fruity Loops, you're using PreSonus, using Logic, using Ableton, it's going to work right in there. Also, for our people in the church that are using like main stage, totally already set up so you can control main stage with the Phantom. So you can go ahead. What does that mean? That means if you're using some software synths, you can have them play through the Phantom, as well as have the Phantom internal sounds play as well, and then control it all with the keyboard.
So Ed, what about the connection points? What about what's going on behind that thing? How's that compared to the full-blown Phantom?
That's a great question. So if we take a look at the back, the big Phantom will have balanced outputs, XLR outputs. This one does not, but it does have regular quarter-inch main outs, and it does have quarter-inch sub-outs. So that way, if you're playing backing tracks or you're playing some kind of software synth through the Phantom, you could actually route it through that sub-out. Also, if you notice, the sub-out has an 1/8-inch stereo. So what that means, you could put that to your ears so you can monitor, or you can send that click track to the drummer. So that gives you even more possibilities. On the mic line inputs, we see that it's a 1/4-inch mic line inputs in the back. And if we also look over here, we have USB, memory, computer, and an external device. The external device means, Adam, if I wanted to, I could hook up another MIDI keyboard or other USB external device and have it send MIDI through the Phantom that way. So,
Huge.
So that's great. Of course, you have your standard MIDI in and out. And I always talk about this real briefly with all of you out there. The Phantom, since it can control external MIDI, send it to MIDI devices, you could have this change your V-drums for you, your V-drums kits. If you're in church and you want to make sure that person has the right kit, you can actually program it in the Fantom-0 to do that for you. And then, of course, last but not least, we have 3 pedal imports in the back for your sustain and 2 controller pedals.
You know, it's hard not to call this a centerpiece sort of a product when the Phantom exists, but this is a centerpiece. This can do it all.
And on the big Phantom, you'll get modeled synth expansions.
And these are the ones that do come included with the Fantom-0?
Good question. No, these do not.
These are the expansions.
These are the expansions. These are at an additional price, but just letting all of you customers out there that have that want to get the Fantom-0, these are additional, but they are available to you. So
you can grow into it. You can get the Fantom-0, and then you can build on it and grow the platform as you grow.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you just need to get into it, and you know what? Right out of the box, you're going to be able to do production right out of the box with over 6,000 sounds.
6,000 sounds. That's plenty. That is plenty.
And I think it was like 6,500, but at some point it becomes like, okay, it's over 6,000 sounds.
We'll just call it 6,000.
We'll just call it 6,000.
That's enough.
Yeah. So if you wanted to step up as additional on the Phantom with the sounds, you can go to Roland Cloud, you can go to Jupiter 8, Juno 106, JX8P, and SH101, the model expansions. And those are free inside the bigger Phantom that you have there at Chuck Levin's. But on the Fantom-0, they are an additional price. So just keep that in mind.
And the other key feature difference is also going to be the key bed. That the Fantom-0 has a solid key bed. The Phantom has the more polished, the better feel on the keys and the key bed.
Absolutely, but this one is not a slouch. I know I'm loving it already. I'm already integrating it into my studio. It feels great. I love the weight, and I'm not noticing any difference in functionality as far as me producing music. It's been great, especially working with Ableton and Logic for myself. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah, to make up that weight difference, it's got to give somewhere, and that I think everyone's going to be super thrilled with the caliber that you guys delivered with it. I mean, being part of the Phantom line, I know you guys take that with high regard. You wouldn't make anything lesser than it needed to be, and it looks stellar.
Well, thank you so much. So you guys, if you want to check these out, they're going to have them at Chuck Levin's Music. So go visit Adam and his crew out there. And remember, there are 3 models available. The Fantom-06, which is a 61 synth action. The Fantom-07, which is a 76 synth action. And the Fantom-08, which is an 88 weighted action.
Awesome. Ed, thank you so much for the quick tour around the Fantom-0 series. Musicians out there, if you have any questions at all, give us a call or shoot us a text. We'll drop our information below, or check us out at chucklevins.com. Better yet, come into the shop, try it out yourself. We'd love to hear your jam on it.